I'm Jeff Oak, and welcome to Taking Care of Your Business, coaching for leaders who are humble, hungry, and smart. I once served on the board of a company where the CEO made a unilateral decision that was poorly received by his leadership team, who would be implementing that decision. One of his leaders later said to him, "You didn't ask for my input before you made that decision." And the CEO replied, "I didn't want it." Leaders are in the business of making decisions. And for the ones that require team members to support the decision and to implement it, the best leaders take the time to get buy-in, unlike my CEO friend. They recognize that sometimes you have to go slow in order to go fast. Here are 5 decision-making models and things to keep in mind for each of them. The first one is decide and announce. The upside is that it's fast and the leader remains in control. The downside is that you may not get buy-in where you need it, and you got to be prepared for possible blowback. The second, gather input and then decide. Here you need to think about whether you have the time to gather the input and to include whoever is needed. Who are the key stakeholders for the decision? And can the team manage its own potentially conflicting perspectives? The third, consensus. Here the leader invites input from each team member, and all have the opportunity to voice their opinion, understand the implications, and give their support. You need to think about whether you're ready to give up some of your authority. And for this method, the leader has to be really good at defining the issue, and the team has to be really good at collaboration. And what's plan B if the group doesn't reach consensus? The fourth, consensus with a fallback. Up front, the leader lays out what's going to happen if the group can't reach consensus. How much time do you allow for that? And is the team ready to accept the fallback? And the fifth and final one, delegate with constraints. Here, the leader lays out the constraints for the decision up front and then delegates it to a subgroup. Here, you need to think about whether the subgroup has the maturity and decision-making skills that are required. And if they don't, you should be thinking about why they're on your leadership team. The best leaders develop their capabilities to use all of these decision models effectively, depending on the circumstances. And they manage everybody's expectations about how decisions will be made, which goes a long way toward building an effective and cohesive team, which is incredibly important right now. What model of decision-making do you need to improve? Thanks for joining. Until next time, I'm Jeff Oak.